Here we go. Slaughterhouse. Toast, it's your turn. We got your pay-per-view going right now.
Well, I have some. I don't know if it would be fantastic news in the way of getting paid, but I'm off tomorrow and possibly Monday because of bad weather.
Goddamn. I only asked for some sugar. Thanks. But other than that, thanks. We're doing a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. Yeah, we're doing our main shows. So if you want to catch it, you know how to do it. Well, thank you. Yeah, I just finished doing a ton of shit on Indeed today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cool.
It was easier to snag a job.
Yeah, dude. It'll definitely help you.
Yeah, I know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got us pay-per-view quality matches tonight. We've got every title's up for grabs, and as for the tag team tournament, I had trouble broadcasting it, but Kim can verify who the challengers will be.
Are we going to get on who they are?
Yep.
Or are we going to be surprised?
We're going to get to know who they are because I had trouble broadcasting the tournament, and Kim watched it, and she can verify that it will be the Astro Girls defending the BFF belts, the return of the BFF belts against the team of Electric Avenue. Let's go live with let's go live with Christine Cornbread. You got us?
Yeah, gotcha.
So you saw it, huh?
Sure did.
We're kind of having a little bit of a station pickup. By the way, Jill, that is one of Toast's creations. Well, up first, we have a Dynamite Division Elimination Chamber match. How's this sound, Toast? Sheik Alakir, Cameron Cash, Leroy Johnson, Sushi-san, Jefferson Davis Lee, and Leo Wheeler, former tag team partners, are going to go head-to-head. We're going to find out who's going to get the Dynamite Division belt right now.
Cameron Cash and Sheik Alakir have traded victories of this title back and forth. It'd be interesting to see how they can handle 4 extra opponents.
One's a former champion, world champion. One's a former U.S. and Dynamite Division champion. We got another former world champion. So pretty much Sheik Alakir's the deck is stacked.
That it seems.
Jamie Conomack will be defending the Girl Power World Championship tonight against the #1 contender who is cashing in her rematch clause to get the belt. Mother Russia versus Jamie Conomack tonight.
Did we ever get word on the match type for Aldo's match?
We did not. So with the committee decided that it will be under NWA rules. Also planned is a YouTube title match. Bullet Adams signed this just now. It will be in a triple threat cage. Since Piero Diablo wanted to have gold around his waist so bad, he's going to be the challenger, along with Bubba Electric. Leo Wheeler coming out. Leo Wheeler, the grandson of Eustace Wheeler. As you know, Eustace will be profiled later this year on your channel, correct, Toast?
Yes, I will be doing the MPW Rewind back in the heyday of Eustace's Wheeler career.
Which we will meet a whole new cast of characters.
You will see the likes of Boat Stevens, Hawkeye Hank Cartwright, and Tailor-Made Spud Taylor, just to name a few people.
Let's not forget Gino Grady. And why has Leroy got the Dynamite Division belt? Did he just snag that from Sheik Alakir?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I bet you the Sheik is pissed. Also, Leroy's dad was a wrestler.
That he was. The man Benjamin
All right, yeah,
Buford
I'll try it.
Johnson.
Yep, BBJ. We will get to profile him. Also, a couple of women wrestlers have been signed. I guess we're going to see Precious Benny Thompson as a manager. Is that correct?
Yes.
She had Judy Gams as one of her charges. But Leroy Johnson looks like he wants to. Now, we had to borrow this from the WWE to have this chamber match. We had to pay quite a bit of money here in MPW to get it. And here comes JDL, Jefferson Davis Lee. This man's no stranger to gold. So explain where the inspiration of Slaughterhouse came from, Toast.
Well, I needed a Halloween-themed pay-per-view. So really all I did was type in horror logos pretty much and came across this haunted house image thing, and I pretty much just used that. And that's really all there is to it.
Right, and we chose Greensboro as the home of it. So we're in your...
Greensboro Coliseum is a very, very classic arena. I'm about 2 hours away from this arena. I've been to this arena. It's a huge place, and it's a very classic wrestling-rich arena, along with the two arenas in Raleigh. Dorton Arena, which was around in the 80s. NWA did there a lot. And the new one, well, not necessarily new, but PNC Arena, Raw has been there plenty of times.
Well, I'd like to announce that our next pay-per-view will be held live from Ranger Stadium in Dallas, Texas.
What is their next pay-per-view?
We are going to have WrestleCade. We have our own WrestleCade. This is, they call it, combining WrestleMania and Starrcade. We want the biggest extravaganza that money can buy. And we figured it was time to build one. Our first big show. As we finally...
it is a custom video.
Yep. Sushi-san, a former world champion. In fact, he was the second world champion in MPW history. He beat Doug Quantum.
Actually, when I was signed here as the commentator, Sushi-san was the champion.
And here comes Cameron Cash. You know a lot about this guy.
Yes, a former bartender from Phoenix, Arizona, who decided to follow up on the idea that Jack Dalton gave him once he visited his bar one time. After having to deal with a bar fight, He said, you handle yourself like a bouncer. You should get into wrestling. And he trained, and now we see him here. A little bit older than you'd expect. A young guy or a rookie to be, but nevertheless.
Jamal Garrett will not be here tonight, sadly. He had a prior engagement he had to take care of. Family emergency.
So no U.S. title defense tonight.
That's where the YouTube title came into play.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheik Al-Akir, he is not happy that Leroy Johnson stole the belt from him. Sheik Al-Akir is the official Dynamite Division champion as we speak. But we will be going live to the Greensboro Coliseum after this match.
Yeah, Greensboro Coliseum isn't quite large enough to house the chamber match. So we had to take it to Richmond, Virginia.
Yep. I believe this is the first time Jill has appeared on my channel. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to my show, Jill. Get to see some good wrestling, just as much as good as Nikki Society of Sin. I'm a little more old school traditional. But ooh, Sheik Al-Akir's eyeing Sushi-san. What do you think that's going to do if... Well, these two
Sheik
know
Al-Akir has daggers for everybody in that match.
Well, we are guaranteed a brand new champion if Sheik gets pinned. And by the way, I was told that they brought the Triangle of Hate triple threat match to play for YouTube's title match.
No Bullet, that's Cameron Cash. I guess you can say he's my version of my own AJ Styles, but I used Kid Cash's logo.
All right, who's the next man coming into this? Who is it? Jefferson Davis Lee just drew number 3. Let's see who's going to be in it.
It's all good in the hood, my dude.
Well, at least Christine Cornbread, she did check out the tournament, so we did find out. So they are here tonight. We didn't get no confirmation until she told us. So I guess the MPW committee was waiting on her call.
Cameron Cash and Sheik Al-Akir are no stranger to one another. They've had quite the rivalry as of late.
All right, Leroy Johnson's in. You know everybody loves Leroy.
Kind of interesting how he played the mind games against Sheik Al-Akir by taking the title.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Now, if we all know, Leroy Johnson has kind of become a Triple Crown champion, if I'm not mistaken. He was a YouTube champion for a little while. United States champion, longest running. And he was a Dynamite Division champion.
Albeit a short reign, but still Triple Crown champion indeed. The only thing left for him to win are the tag titles and the world title. to be a Grand Slam champion. He's 2 titles away from having that heritage.
All right, here comes Leo Wheeler.
Sort of throwback to his granddad with that attire.
Oh, yeah. He's learned that since Eustace done so much for him, he's kind of learned that he wanted to take up the moniker.
Well, his attitude as of recently might not be on the approval of his granddad, but I'm pretty sure his wrestling ability is.
Right?
I mean, this guy came back from paralysis.
Yeah. I mean, he was paralyzed damn near. And here comes Sushi-san. Wait a minute. Somebody just got pinned. Did anybody catch it?
It was J.D. Lee.
All right, we're down to 5. Jefferson Davis Lee out of the match. Oh, Sheik Alakir kicked Cameron Cash right in the bread basket. Right in the cornucopia, if you will. Pretty much the one we had to watch for in the match is Leroy Johnson.
Well, he's got 1 elimination so far, and perhaps walking out with the title is a prelude to who's going to win this match.
Leo Wheeler's going to work over Sushi-san for a while. You know, you hear the chants of 5 inches of sushi.
Arguably one of the most popular here.
Oh my God, Leo just spiked Sushi-san on that metal. Cameron Cash going up to one of the pods. Oh my God! Body splash on Sushi-san. Cameron Cash may have hurt himself in the process.
You would think a guy at his ripe age wouldn't do such things, but if you have the ability, I suppose.
Sushi-san is out.
Wow.
We got 4 men who are damn near killing themselves just for this Dynamite Division belt.
And the Dynamite Division title is certainly living up to the moniker of an explosive championship. I mean, since its inaugural victory in that Battle Royal that Dangerous Valentine won, the prestige and history of this title is getting more and more prevalent as each match happens.
I mean, if you joined us on the last MPW stream, you've seen probably one of the best #1 contender matches in history.
Yes.
And tonight is the culmination.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime #1 contenders match. We have the company-appointed #1 contender, Jamal
Sheik Alakir's out. We are guaranteed a brand new champion.
I was just about to say, Sheik Alakir will not be happy about that.
Right now, Leroy Johnson's in charge. Leroy hit the Brooklyn Barrage. No, it's D&D. He hit the D&D on Leo, landed it on Cash, and Leo still kicked out. Leo Wheeler showing that Wheeler drive that made Eustace famous.
He managed to knock over Gino Grady one time. Can Leo Wheeler do the same?
I mean, you can imagine back in Greensboro, Gemini is watching her brother right now. You don't know what you're missing, Bullet. Good shit. I love sushi. Cash going up. Cameron Cash wants to be a two-time champion. Leroy wants to be. What's going on? Shot Van Dam. Leo going for the cover here. No. Good God, what a triple threat now. We're down into a triple threat in this cage.
This is the cream of the crop of this match. It's still anybody's ball game, but Leroy and Cash and Leo are certainly fighting out in this explosive match, living up to the moniker of the Dynamite Division title.
You know, Leo Wheeler, once in his career, his nickname was Hot Wheels. I guess he's trying to live up to the name.
Well, if he gets that Dynamite Division title, he'll be Hot Wheels once again.
Now, if Leroy has anything to say about it, and this is one of the first times Leroy didn't even have any comments before going in the match. He was focused. Maybe we're seeing it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Toast.
Well, I was going to say, perhaps stealing the title before walking out here was all the word he needed to say. I'll have to leave you alone for a second. I'll be right back.
That's fine. I'll be talking to the fans. So, let me ask you guys, are you enjoying this first match tonight here at Slaughterhouse? Leroy trying to stop Leo with it. Look at the strength of Leroy Johnson. My God. Leroy going for the cover here. It's down to 2. Leroy Johnson versus Hot Wheels Leo Wheeler. Leo going for the cover here. No. No. Right now it's Brooklyn, New York versus Birmingham, Alabama. There's the D&D. I shall not repeat what those initials are, but we kind of got an idea. Leroy going for the pin here. Leo kicked out again. My God. There's a nice little double axe handle drop right on Leo Wheeler's back. He's got to work on that back because Leroy's been he was paralyzed. He had a very bad car accident and came back from it. Oh my God, what a super follow-away slam. But Leo Wheeler's drive does not stop. There's a stroke by Leo Wheeler. Leo going for the pin here. No, not even a 2 count. Chip Pear keeps keeping his hands full in this match, being the referee and all. There's a nice little back body drop right there by Leroy Johnson. There's the strength of Leroy again. Dropped him. Uh-oh, I think Leroy's looking for that D&D. And he hit the D&D flush. Going for the pin here. No, Leo kicked out again. This is insane. I don't think I've ever seen this. Leo has just taken 3 or 4 D&Ds. And Leo with an 8-second ride. What's Leo got in the store for him? There's that lariat. There's that Eustace Wheeler lariat. And we have a new Dynamite Division champion. The Wheeler family just added another one to their... My God. This Wheeler family is a dynasty. The man who came back from nearly being paralyzed in a car accident that took his grandfather's life. He looked up, he's praising his grandfather. He did it. And that title's glitched. Fuck me. No matter though, Leo did it. Up next, we have our BFF Tag Team Championship, as the Astro Girls, Dorothy Estella Houston, will be defending against the team of Electric Avenue, Kimmy Electric and her sister-in-law, Bubba's little sister, Sissy Electric. Kimmy thought that she's never held tag team gold. What if she can hold it with her sister-in-law? But they are facing one of the toughest teams in Girl Power MPW today. They're taking on the Astro Girls. And we are going live to Greensboro right now. And here we are. Welcome to Greensboro. An 18-time world champion and a 2-time VIP champion. Can she capitalize, becoming the 3rd member of the Grand Slam Club? I see you have joined us, Razor.
Yes, in fact, I have.
Well, Well, you just made it. We got you here in Greensboro tonight, as we're here at
All
Slaughterhouse.
right. Slaughterhouse, let's get this done.
Well, we had to hold the Elimination Chamber match in Richmond, Virginia, due to the size of this arena.
That's understandable.
Toast will be back shortly.
All right.
And here comes Kimmy's sister-in-law, a former VIP champion herself. She was out of action for more than a year. She returned. And here she is.
The great Sissy Electric.
The sister of Bubba Electric is here.
It's amazing. It's amazing how many historic wrestling families are here.
Speaking of which, her brother is in action tonight.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see that match.
So I want to hear y'all's thoughts. What's your thoughts on Sissy Electric's attire?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's modern, it's up to date, I like it.
And we haven't seen these girls in about 3 or 4 months. They was holding those belts, and now they're here. Those belts have been on their waist for far too long.
You haven't seen them for what? 3-4 months, you said?
Yeah.
How do they keep getting, out of action for 3 or 4 months and still have the belt?
Because the committee focused on something else.
What were they focusing on?
Singles action.
Singles action. I personally believe that tag team action is a lost art in professional wrestling nowadays. People forget about it, even though it's very, very important type of match.
There they are, the Girl Power BFF tag team belts.
Which, by the way, look, to me, absolutely stunning.
And there are the challengers, Electric Avenue, Kimmy and Sissy Electric.
Yeah, I personally believe they're definitely the favorites going into this match. And, yeah. And then, on the other hand, we have the Astro Girls, who...
They've held the belts for a while.
But just having the belts, if you don't defend it, is not really a whole lot.
It kind of shows that they were paper champions.
Yep. I've known my fair share of paper champions.
The question is, at this point in the game, is Kimmy Electric able to strive in a tag team situation? Because she has run solo for so long. And now getting teamed up by her own sister-in-law.
Yeah, both of those competitors are very top tier competitors, and I haven't seen much of the Astro Girls, pretty much because they haven't been active the whole time they've been here. So, hey,
Well, if you know that Slaughterhouse coincides on October 30th with the pay-per-view, I have got word that it is also Kimmy Electric's 39th birthday today.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Kimmy Electric.
We're doing it by the time period because her birthday is not really till October, but
yeah, I know. I kind of figured that out.
well, we know back in July.
July was a fun time.
But we are announcing our next pay-per-view, which will become a November tradition. WrestleCade.
WrestleCade. It's like WrestleMania and Starrcade all put together.
That's right.
Even bigger.
And it will be held in Ranger Stadium for the very first one, the home of the Texas Rangers. It'll be held in the ballpark in Arlington.
Hell yeah.
Which I have seen it in person. It is a beautiful stadium.
I've never seen really any stadium in person because I don't.
I have also seen AT&T Stadium where WrestleMania 32 was held. Oh my God, that place. TV doesn't do it justice.
It's huge, isn't it?
Sissy Electric already going to be. She's already looking for something.
My God, that dude's trying
She
to put
calls
this
that the
match
Sissy
away
Slam.
fast. Trying to put this match away fast, trying to prove that the Astro Girls are, in fact, paper champions.
Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry it took so long.
It's fine.
Welcome back.
How was the drive from Richmond to Greensboro?
Treacherous. There was some road work, and one of the guys didn't listen to the stop sign, ended up having an accident, blocked traffic for a while.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
That actually happened to me earlier today. They was doing road work on the road, and I was coming on the way home, and the fucking guy didn't listen to the stop sign, ended up having an accident. So the longer he would have waited at the stop sign, would have been less time that I had to wait.
Is he okay?
I don't know. I know it fucked his car up and it pissed off all the workers. Because I was sitting, I pulled up to the guy and he's like, I have to stop you. You're going that way. That's where they're doing the road work at. If you went the other way, I could have went ahead and let you go. And then hear over the radio, that motherfucking red car's an idiot. Yeah. Why? What happened? The guy you said ran your stop sign just hit one of my trucks. God damn it.
I heard Ox was with them. And then that's when they all kind of backed off.
Speaking of which, is Ox okay?
Ox is good, I hope.
Okay.
I
I
heard-
don't mind saying the fucking wall.
But as for the match, yes, the Astro Girls have been considered paper champions because they wouldn't defend the belts. But they look like they're trying to now.
Well, I believe they're not defending the title was due in part to the championship committee's prior commitments to other
that was
projects.
partly the reason. But it's nice to see those belts back in play.
I do believe that on several occasions they were offered to defend their titles on Overdrive multiple times, but they just declined.
But going into a match situation like this is not Kimmy Electric's element. She's not known to be a tag team specialist.
Well, to be a good singles competitor, you have to know how to work in a tag team. Let's see how well she can handle it.
I mean, she could become the third Grand Slam champion tonight.
Damn it.
No, I've already gotten 2 Grand Slam champions. That's awesome.
Yeah, Divinity is the first. Saiyan was the first. Divinity was the second. No, let me correct that. No, Kimmy would become the fourth. Because Gemini would be the third Grand Slam champion.
And being the third, does that make you the ultimate Grand Slam champion? So that means there's two
No,
teams.
it's just going in order. Saiyan was the first. Hell of a move by Dorothy Houston. Dorothy's never had a chance to go against somebody with that caliber.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I was just saying, like, since it's the third one, it's the Grand Slam, the three titles.
It's an interesting outlook on that.
Look, I'm just trying to say a joke. It wasn't appreciated.
I get it.
You get it. You're not laughing, but you get it.
I have a really bad toothache, so you'll forgive me for not laughing.
No, I made another joke.
By the way, if you're watching right now, Dorothy Houston's putting the screws to Kimmy Electric. Kimmy with a punch, Kimmy with a kick, another kick.
The Kimmy kick.
Well, we just saw the sissy slam. Oh, God, Kimmy's got that claw on her. She has taken down many people with that move. And it's over.
It's won her 18 championships and 19.
So Kimmy
It's over.
Kimmy Electric becomes the fourth Grand Slam champion in MPW.
Sissy Electric earns her tag team title thing. Because she was a VIP champion.
Electric Avenue are now the tag team champion.
Well, Houston's have a problem.
Houston's have a problem.
I mean, you can see the work that they had to do to bring Sissy Electric back from the brink of being retired forever.
You know, being retired forever is not fun.
Well, let's just say Bubba literally did some begging.
Oh. Like on
Bubba doing begging? How uncharacteristic.
Well, when it's his own sister, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Damn it.
So congratulations to Electric Avenue.
All right, now, up next. Up next we have, oh God, well, I just got word Christopher McKay wants to run his mouth. If we know how he, yeah, the preppy kid from Champlin, Minnesota. This is one that you got.
So far, this guy has his head so far up his ass and his nose turned so far up in the air, he can't tell which way he's walking.
I've heard that Slim Jim Barkerlin refuses to give him interviews.
Well, Slim Jim might be an old man, and a dirty old man at that, but he certainly does not take kindly to being talked down to.
So it makes you wonder, what's he here tonight for?
You an asshat?
Oh, majorly asshat.
Yeah.
He's his own asshat.
Literally,
This is one guy who actually made the Blue Melanie cry.
How do you do that?
He called her a fat blue slob.
Oh.
He don't care about anybody but himself.
He's certainly he's gotten got under the skin of half of everybody in the locker room, I should say.
There are really no good redeeming qualities here.
I'm just wondering if there's anybody around here who's gonna try to put this little fucker in his place. Yes, I called him that. I regret hiring the guy.
There could be one redeeming quality, but I don't know how redeeming it is, and it's the fact that he's human, but that doesn't account for much these days.
Hitler was a human.
Because he's kind of a jerk.
He's a good person. Well, if you want, I'll fucking take him out.
Oh, by the way, he's telling everybody to shut up.
Yeah, well.
Will somebody cut this fucker's mic? I don't want to hear the amount. This man has got the most amount of verbal diarrhea I've ever heard.
And what is he tired of? I don't understand. If he does not want to work here, why did he sign the contract?
He's tired of not being handed a title. That's what he's really tired of. Quite frankly, I'm an asshole myself, but I don't think this guy...
This guy needs it.
Not this dude.
Are you serious? Oh. Do you really want to do that, kid?
You're going to call out the inaugural MPW World Champion?
Do you really want to call out that guy? Oh, shit, and he's here.
Yes. Chris McKay does have some IQ.
Doug Quantum is in the building.
Well, all right.
He's been running as a road agent as of late. But he put on his ring gear tonight because PDQ's here.
I'm glad he's here.
You gotta wonder who scouted this Christopher McKay guy.
And if they will... And I assume they're fired now. They can't possibly have a job here still.
Well, I will say this. The scholars are actually happy right now to see PDQ.
I just wish I knew why my damn tooth decided to hurt so damn bad today.
Because your tooth is an asshole, just like Christopher McKay.
That beer keg on that motherfucker is my best friend of 25 years. That man has a love for wrestling like nobody's business.
I haven't seen the good old professor in a while. How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing good. He's been working a lot lately.
It sounds like he a literal professor, or...
Oh, he's a real person.
I know, but like, is he like a real professor, or...
He's very intelligent. He actually wanted to go to school for that.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at
Toast, I believe you've talked to him on Messenger.
I have a little bit.
He's a pretty cool guy, isn't he?
Yeah. I swear.
Standing above him, arms raised high. Who the hell is
I just wanna die. Let me die. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna have to go find me some damn pain reliever. Fuck this shit.
You know what? I think Doug Quantum needs to take a bottle of castor oil and stick it up that boy's ass.
Wouldn't that be easier than, you know, having to listen doing runs mouth all day?
Ibuprofen.
Did you make sure they were done inside? You gotta slice them open.
Fuck your kidneys up, but I need it at the moment.
Just be sure to buy lots of my merch. Well, you can take it. You take your merch and turn that sunburst sideways.
I wouldn't even wipe my ass with McKay's merch.
You know, I actually bought one of those hats.
I hear that Doug Quantum wants to manufacture a toilet paper with Christopher McKay's face on it. That way everybody can wipe their ass every time they see him.
And I wouldn't buy that. He's not worth that.
Well, up next we've got the Girl Power World Championship. Jamie Conemack is going against Mother Russia. Toast, I know normally you get text, but what do you think her thought is on taking on Mother Russia?
Somehow, in some miraculous way, she's managed to win the Girl Power World Championship, and by many's definition, stole the victory. But as I was saying, getting into the psychology of the character that is Jamie Conemack, she might be ditzy, and she might say everything through text, but I think that she knows very well what she's doing, and her strategy is to get so much under the skin of her opponents that they can't see past the ditziness or the blonde stupidity, for lack of a better term. But Mother Russia is immune to that. Mother Russia will not be affected by that. No. So Conemack is in for one hell of a fight, and Mother Russia will do everything in her power to make this blonde brunette.
I personally believe that Mother Russia is secretly a dude. A bra.
Mother Russia was on a tear for about 2 months.
She was a world champion in multiple promotions at the same time.
Damn. Who's our ring announcer for this evening?
You know, we've never given her a name. At least it ain't Clyde Clodiddlehopper. You know, Mother Russia may be big and bad, but Jamie Conemack has swapped people big and bad. Not just MPW, but what she used to do.
Yes, Conemack is a former roller derby gal on the Roller Jam promotion. Played the position of jammer. Anybody who knows anything about roller derby, jammer is a tough position. You need to be tough to play that position.
I'll try to
tough
watch
Conemack is, but Mother Russia will, well, she'll enforce that iron will onto you and possibly cause your toughness to deteriorate.
And I have just heard that this is the first. Mother Russia is getting cheers.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Because Jamie Conemack is not well liked by the fans.
Understatement of the fucking century.
But she does bring in the ratings.
Ow.
So it will be Nikki's creation versus Toast's creation for the Girl Power World Belt.
You know, I tried watching some roller derby the other day. Didn't really find it that interesting.
I wonder what Mother Russia's thought is being backed by the fans.
Probably has no idea how to handle it.
You know what? Maybe it's another mind game of Jamie, considering how ditzy she is.
I
Jamie caught him out
sincerely
showing
believe
that
it's all
belt.
a ploy.
She likes that belt.
I mean, who wouldn't like that belt? I like it. I'd wear it.
Well, Toast was the designer of all our belts here at MPW. And I
Well, good
can't
job,
think...
Toast.
He made that girl power belt mean something.
If that was a replica belt, I'd buy the shit out of that now.
You know, you could get custom made.
Well, that costs a lot of money. Then they gotta deal with it. I'm lazy.
Hey, if it can't be any better than Brian Zane with his Wrestling with Regret show, he's got a custom belt.
Yeah, but he makes a ton of money. So
And the guy is very knowledgeable. I like his work.
Yes, he is. I like his work as well.
I'd like to give another shout out to another one of my favorite YouTubers who does great work, other than Brian Zane. I got to give a shout out to Oxhorn.
Yeah, Oxhorn's pretty good.
Oxhorn's voice I could listen to all night.
He's a hell of a storyteller.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Oxhorn. Yeah. Yeah, I like that dude. He's pretty good.
But as we sit here and we watch, Mother Russia... All right, Jill. Well, thanks for hanging out.
Have a good one.
Okay. Just reading the message and, processing it with my brain.
Well,
with the S being taken away from the camera at that moment, it said Laughter House.
That's my favorite.
I understand, Jill, but thanks for hanging around. We'd like you on our show more often. Because I have my rules. I never try to do a broadcast that competes with Nikki or Sierra.
Okay.
I have too much
Jill is
respect.
Sierra. Or am I mistaken? I don't know.
What's the guy's favorite wrestling game soundtrack?
What was your question?
So what are you guys' favorite soundtrack for the wrestling game?
Dude, the older ones, like from 2006, 2007.
Yeah, but if you only had to pick one.
I would probably have to go with the SmackDown Know Your Role from the PS1. I love that soundtrack.
Let's see. Whatever one had, I think it was '09. I like the soundtrack to '09.
I liked 2008 the best.
No, I'm going to say this now. I'm going to use Fire Pro also. And I want to see how MPW on Fire Pro.
Dude, you watch New Legacy Inc?
Which one?
New Legacy Inc?
I've caught a little bit of that. I know.
Their the Fire Pro streams.
Oh, I can't wait to get Fire Pro.
I fucking love the Brawl for All. Maybe we can do something like that.
Have you ever played a Fire Pro?
Oh yeah, yeah. I played Fire Pro Wrestling Returns and then
So did I.
Fire Pro games.
Fire Pro Returns was awesome as fuck.
It was.
I had the whole. I had two rosters of WCW and WWE during the Attitude Era.
I just made completely weird random wrestlers. I had no idea what I was doing. I had one of them named Dick Poop.
Sounds like me back in Here Comes the Pain days, you know. Just create random people. I had Al the Alien, some guy, some other guy, some guy's friend, and some guy named Tom.
Kim, I need another piece of print. This is falling apart. I can't eat it if it's falling apart. Mother Russia just took the belt back. 2-time world champion now.
My analysis somehow always comes out right most of the time.
Are you a time traveler?
No, I just, I use my actual in-ring experience and go through the character and their win-loss record and somehow managed to get it right, and I don't know how, because I'm going to break the fourth wall here. They are digital creations.
Blasphemy, you say.
And now they're right back to booing Mother Russia again.
It's okay to be Mother Russia. We just had to cheer her that one time.
Yeah, but I think that's only Jamie Conemack's, third loss ever?
It is. Only this time, that loss hurts a lot more.
Yeah, I'd say so. Losing the belt's not fun. If you ever had to do that, it's not fun. Doesn't matter if it's a real belt or if it's made of cardboard and duct tape.
Or on Bubba's promotion where he used to commentate, made of a pizza tin.
Exactly.
Made of a pizza tin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but I imagine they took mailbox letters and put on it.
Well, look who's decided to show up.
Beverly Ann Hawkins.
Who is she? I'm still confused.
Her initials spell out back.
Well,
so what you eating over there?
Bratwurst. And not the store-bought kind, this corporate one. This is bratwurst that you could tell was made in a butcher shop.
Well, fun.
And it's got the cheddar in it, too.
I like cheddar-infused dogs.
Me too.
By the way, Beverly Ann came to this arena tonight. She said she wanted to look for a fight.
But yeah, you don't go into a wrestling promotion if you're not looking for a fight.
Well, she's also got Gemini Wheeler to deal with tonight.
She just put her butt in her face like last time. It seemed to work, kind of. For the moment.
Beverly Ann Hawkins from Salt Lake City, Utah.
I normally don't say anything because I'm worried that it'll annoy you, but you are a noisy eater.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I don't know what it is, but the sound of people eating gets on my nerve. Like, I can't even eat in a public place half the time because the sound of people eating gets on my nerve. It could be just me that experiences this. Like, I don't even like hearing my own self chew half the time.
That's actually a diagnosable mental disease.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh fuck, I forget. Hold on. Let me look it back up. I have it somewhere.
Well, let's see.
You know, but sometimes I just, you know, let it slide. I think it's just me.
It's all right, dude. But as we see, Beverly's going to be sitting here. She's.
Ow.
Wow!
God damn! What the fuck did I just do to my shoulder? She called out Helga. That's you're looking for a fight. That's a hell of a person to go fight.
Misophonia.
Yep.
Misophonia?
Yeah, it's
the walking Berlin Wall, as they call her, and I've been wanting to find Berlin Wall types.
Who hate the sound of people chewing and the sounds of babies crying. Like, hate it with, like, psychopathic, like, tendencies.
Not too often somebody is in the same size as Helga.
Big.
Yeah, I have to find a picture of the Berlin Wall as a texture and make them on her. Well, then I will refrain from it next time.
No, it's fine. You know, we just...
Plus, I'm also hypoglycemic. I have to. If I don't eat anything, I'll pass the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't... Like I said, it don't, It might get on my nerves a little bit, but I don't say anything because I feel like it's not me that's annoyed by it, if that makes any sense. And
Yeah,
from what I'm
brain.
reading on this misophonia thing, it is not me that is annoyed by it.
No, it's just your brain, your canal and shit, and it doesn't like it.
Like, I can't stand when somebody's rubbing their hands against cardboard. I can't stand that.
I know a guy that hates fucking styrofoam. Like, you know, you like take styrofoam out of a box and it all squeaks and shit.
I hate that sound. You know, like when you like rub like certain paint with like your nails and you get fucking goosebumps. It's like dry and chalky and just fucking like thinking about it gives me fucking goosebumps.
Who wants to see this match?
Hell, I'm looking forward to this match. Helga and Beverly Ann Hawkins.
Beverly Ann Hawkins is a cross between Dixie Clements and Shawn Michaels. And Sable.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is that whose face you used?
No, actually, it's not Sable. Oh, Helga just decked her!
Damn. The bad blood is really brewing here.
Surprisingly, nails on a chalkboard don't bother me. It's
It
organic
doesn't.
sounds bug me more than sounds like that.
It's not. I hate the sound of. I hate ASMR. The sound of just people whispering really fucking close to a microphone.
I hear that in my head all the time. I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find pictures of the Berlin Wall, like, you know, the graffiti and shit.
Yeah.
I think I have one on another account.
Even though the Berlin Wall isn't really around anymore.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, but Beverly better be ready because she still has a match up next.
Speaking of the Berlin Wall, did you know that it was an accident that it was torn down?
No, I did not know.
The guy was up there, the U.S. representative in the news area and shit was up there, and nobody told him what to say, but he knew it had something to do with the wall, so he kind of just went off the fly and said, they're going to take down the wall and shit. Not necessarily to that degree. I can't really quote him on what actually he said, but it riled the people up enough that they started grabbing pitchforks and hammers and started taking down the wall, and the border patrol was just like, there's too many people, fuck it. And then it gained so much media attention that fucking, I can't think of his name now. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Reagan.
Yes, he got the attention. It was like, this is good publicity, so he took Mr. Gorbachev and they actually demolished the wall.
Well, Beverly's going to have a shot at the VIP belt. Gemini wanted to give it to her because she got gypped out of it a year ago. What is that going to do for Beverly if she has to go against Helga with the belt? I don't think there's going to be a ring that will contain those two women.
Well, that, and I don't believe Helga has ever held gold, to my knowledge.
No, she hasn't. Here comes Beverly Ann Hawkins. Your thoughts, Razor?
I missed the question.
Her look.
That face looks... I can't point whose face that is.
It's a solid 7. Maybe an 8.
Battle cry?
I would just use winged hussars for fucking Sabaton.
And she's going against one third of the Femme Freebirds.
Let me look up the name of it.
Or I'd use
Sabaton by Panzerka.
Panzerkampf by Sabaton.
Yeah. I read it backwards.
Yeah. It's about the Ghost Division or some shit. You know, the Panzers. Sabaton is basically just like fucking like who the guys who do the Fire and the Flames? Dragon Force, yeah. Essentially Dragon Force, but for historical battles. And it's way more badass.
And there
Well,
it
that's
is.
the first thing that come to mind when you mentioned the battle, and that is the VIP Championship.
That is one of the most prestigious titles here at MPW.
One.
Beverly is like dangerous. And
Look
there's
at this width of her shoulders, man. That woman's got such broad shoulders that she could be playing football.
Well, you
She
know,
could probably beat the shit
one
out
of
her.
her inspirations was China.
Mm. No,
Do like WCW did and call her Asia because Asia is bigger than China.
Well, I was thinking about calling her Jupiter at first. Because Jupiter's bigger than China and Asia.
There was a big wrestler that I never had a match with him, but he called himself Neptune. I mean, I'm 6'4" and 217 last time I was weighed. This guy was like 6'9", 400 pounds. This dude was gigantic, and he called himself Neptune. It was fucking ridiculous.
he's a big boy.
I'm going to say now, I think Carl's over there sporting wood looking at Beverly's butt.
I can see the, if I remember who the hell Dixie is, but I see a little bit of Dixie in there. With the chaps. Who produced the Rumble Roses game?
Konami and Ukes.
Ah, Ukes. Okay, that's why. Because I got one on the PS2, and I was playing it not that long ago, and I remember they had some of the same animations that they used in a few WWE games. And I'm like, they fucking reused assets, and I didn't know Ukes was part of it. Dixie Clements.
I don't think
Cowgirl.
they talk about it a whole lot. Yeah, I don't think they talk about Rumble Roses a lot. It's not really a big milestone for anyone's career. It's like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
But Roma Roses had a good concept. They made a wrestling game with all women.
Except, you know, it was very, very, you know, boobs. That was,
Of course it was boob
their
friendly.
main
It was made for lonely men who need a chub.
Well, actually, I found the gameplay and all that rather interesting.
It was interesting. I actually liked it.
I got this on the PS4. I got this Japanese game, Senran Kagura Estival Versus. Because I saw somebody play it on YouTube, and it won't. But like, I don't remember how much it was at the time. I think it was like $12 or something. So I bought it, and it's a lot of. It's basically a watered down hentai video game, but it plays a lot like Dynasty Warriors. And the story in it's okay, but I really like the gameplay.
Well, this is why Fire Pro's out. You can make anything of what you want.
Shimmer would be cool to have their own video game.
Yes, it would.
I just hope like the Legends of Wrestling games. I liked those games, but I hated the fucking control scheme. Even though I learned how to do it.
I actually remember the second one very fondly for some reason.
Yeah, I was really good at it, and the Big John body slammed. I fucking wore my arm out tapping the X button.
I'll tell you another game that was initially good, but I didn't like how they did the controls either. It was TNA Impact's only game.
Dude, the Midway have really assets they could have used, but the control on that were fucking dreadful, especially during the story.
It was just bleh.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but look at Beverly, what she's doing, the Gemini.
Just choking the shit out of her. I'd do it.
Some people like the
Not that way.
I know. He's off auto asphyxiation to the point that he'll just sit there with a conversation and start choking himself.
I know one that I can say I love the game mechanics, and I kind of wish they kept it around, was Def Jam Vendetta.
Yes.
No,
I
see, the
love
problem
that
is,
fucking game.
The scheme wasn't that, but it was easy to learn.
well, that was going to be one of the fucking WCW games, one of the last ones, but by the time they got to it, WCW had just been... So, it was
Worst
the whole
wrestling-
concept of rap and wrestling was really cool. I loved everything about Def Jam Band.
I just didn't like it when it became Fight for New York.
Yeah.
They took out the wrestling.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Because my sister keeps fucking bitching about it, so...
Alright then.
Worst
Alright.
wrestling game I've ever played, ECW Hardcore Revolution.
I liked it.
I didn't have a problem with it. It basically used assets from YouTube. So,
I take that back. Simpsons wrestling also.
I played it. Simpsons wrestling. It was fun for a little bit, but then it turned to, yeah, this is kind of stupid. What about the Celebrity Deathmatch game? Remember that?
I love Celebrity Deathmatch, the show. The game is another goddamn story.
Who made Celebrity Deathmatch?
I don't even know.
You remember that Jason Sensation kid?
I do.
And it did a really good Owen Hart impersonation. I always thought it was then, and I never looked it up. Because
Hell, but-
he had Mills Lane, the actual Mills Lane, Stone Cold Steve Austin do voices for it. That's a good referee to make if you could create a referee. Mills Lane.
Well, that's why I want Fire Pro, because you can create referees and all that good shit. Hell, go create some of the best referees you could think of.
Earl Hebner, Mike Chioda.
Nick Patrick,
Fucking-
Randy Pee Wee Anderson, Brian Hildebrand,
Yeah.
Charles Robinson.
Little Rick. Tim White. My all-time favorite referee was fucking, I can't think. I mean, he does the refereeing for Lucha Underground now.
I don't remember him, but I know Tommy Young was famous in the NWA.
And that referee from Ring of Honor, this guy, I can't think of his name. He's a pretty decent ref. Dude could bump champion.
And old Red Shoes from New Japan.
What's his real name?
I don't know his real name, but they call him Red Shoes.
I assume it's because he has red shoes on, or always wore red shoes.
He always wore red shoes. There's the Beverly Buster. Hell of a choke
Hey, one
slam.
thing though, when I started wrestling and worked my way up to being, I started out as security ring crew and worked my way up to be referee. I had no idea the amount you had to do as a referee, and I had a whole new appreciation for referees. They're the hardest workers. They work harder, if not harder, than the workers themselves. And there were times where I had to, the entire show alone. I was the only ref.
Going into the match, what's your thoughts on this matchup?
Gemini and Beverly. Beverly hasn't been in the ring a while, but she's showing promise. Analysis would be that Jim and I will pull it out.
What's up, Goku? Goku's here.
Ah. How's it going, baby cakes? Pain relievers finally kicking in.
Oh yeah, I forgot another famous referee, Rudy Charles.
That's the dude from TNA that works for SmackDown now.
Hell, I remember ring announcers in WCW when they would bring Gary Capetta on.
Fucking Capetta.
He's an author now.
Yeah. Who was the ring announcer in the last years of WCW? I can't think of his name.
Although it was cool every now and then they would bring Michael Buffer in.
Imagine, can you just pay millions of dollars just to say 5 words?
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I could just see
ready.
I could just see him doing the Bobby Briscoe Aldo Andrus opening.
It'd be fucking awesome.
This man is hailing from North Carolina. He is the MPW World Heavyweight Champion. We have a new VIP champion.
Well, my analysis was wrong on this one.
So one Wheeler won a belt and another Wheeler lost her belt.
Hiroyuki Umino? Is that how you say that?
A lot of respect between these two.
Nick Patrick, WCW official.
Well, Patrick's dad was a wrestler. Sam's here. We haven't seen her in a while.
What's Sam got to say?
I remember Tony Schimmel. He'd do it for SmackDown for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the best female one, still bar none, is frickin' Lillian Garcia. She had one of those voices that you could just be drawn to.
Talking about voices and everything, Tony Schiavone, I go back and watch a lot of old Nitros and shit, and I sat there and listened. My favorite commentary team, no matter what, will always be Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. Yes, I love those two. And then Jim Ross and King are second favorite. But going to listen Tony Schiavone and Heenan together, Schiavone always sounded like he did not want to be there commentating.
You know who else I know was an odd couple team, but listening to him was actually kind of hilarious? Was Joey Styles and Joel Gertner.
Dude, yeah, those guys are pretty good.
Hey, did you know Joel Gertner went to Cornell University?
I did not.
Yes. He actually he traded that in for wrestling. He was an announcer, and then he actually became a character within it. The quintessential stud muffin. I loved it when he got dirty. God.
Always start with
He was a damn good character.
It'd start with the three things that he'd be. Well. I love that. I come to a town that brought me pity. Kind of smelled strange because it was oh so shitty. But later that night, I met me a nice little. Oh yeah, let me finish this one. But later that night, I got me a nice little kitty. I made love to her all night and licked her clitty. Gertner.
Another commentator I like, and I don't think he gets enough credit, was Matt Stryker.
Worst commentary bullet? Easy. Anybody who is dumb enough to hire Mark Madden.
Jesus. Don West, I thought, was pretty good.
West and Tenay weren't a bad team.
When TNA took Don West away from the commentator table, it wasn't the same.
No.
'Cause I kind of missed Don West's emotion behind some of it.
All right, we're up for the triple threat match.
Iron Mike Tenay, or the Professor Tenay, whatever the hell he was called.
Tenay was originally hired on to become, the announcer just for the luchadors, for the lucha matches. But he got so good, they liked his work. Scott Hudson wasn't too bad. He just had I think he had the wrong partner. He could work with somebody who knew their game.
Well, Bullet has a point that he brought up at SOS matches, that in triple threat cage match stipulations, the champion never walks out the winner.
So who do you think is the odds-on favorite?
Well, let's see. Bullet, the champion, really tough. Bubba Electric, plenty of accolades to go along with his name. But you also have the former Phoenix Grogan, now Sierra Diablo. I'd have to give it to Sierra Diablo. And I was speaking to one of the guys I work with, and fire in Spanish is actually fuego.
Well, I thought Fierro would be better, using the old Pontiac car name.
Yeah.
I'll tell you somebody who I enjoyed listening to, and it goes back to the AWA, Lee Marshall.
Lee Marshall.
He also did it in WCW for a while. He was doing Saturday night.
Outside of wrestling, though, my favorite commentary team was John Madden and Al Michaels.
Yeah, I got one. Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, and Benny Parsons. When NASCAR back on ESPN.
Oh God, yes, I love Ben Parsons' voice.
Ned Jarrett, who is knowledgeable in his craft. Let's not forget Ken Squire and David Hobbs.
Who's that guy for baseball? Harry Carey? I think it was.
think
God,
Nikki
I can't
needs to
remember
bring
how his
Fiero
voice-
Diablo.
How the hell did his voice go? It was like, two balls low and outside. Did he just get struck by lightning?
Mm-hmm.
How did WWE do that with the lightning? Is that like a thing with the camera, or is that something that actually happened in the arena?
I always wondered about that. Well, you know the man
'Cause
with
you'd
the
have to
biggest
have a pretty
sideburns.
strong- Yeah, and I know a little bit about how electricity works. You'd have to have a pretty strong, fucking Van Graff machine to cause an arc that big.
The man with the biggest sideburns in all the land.
I used to have sideburns like that. For a little while, I did the Wolverine thing. I might go back and do it again. I actually have face for it. Ah, okay.
And here comes Bullet Adams. I believe this is the first time Bullet and Bubba have ever faced off. So what is Bullet's thoughts of having to take on Bubba Electric? We still have a main event.
There's a main event that I'm looking forward to, actually.
How does it feel to have Bobby Briscoe as the main event?
It's only happened once in real life. I'm certainly glad to be facing my hand-picked opponent.
This is why I love doing it like this. We don't have a script. We don't know who's going to win it. That's why you have the authenticity of this show.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be like Tony Schiavone. That's the greatest night in sport in wrestling history. I can't do a Tony Schiavone to save my ass.
I was working on it. It's probably not that good, but this is the greatest night in wrestling history, as the world champion will take on the hand-picked opponent. I don't have the voice, but I got the mannerisms.
Yeah, you do better with Slim Jim.
And that's just Mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh, and I recognize this cage.
I wish they'd bring that cage back. Even though the fence cage is a lot more older than that one. But this steel cage looked a lot more impactful than the chain link fence one.
I remember I saw wrestling coming one time use a cage. That was with chicken wire.
Not a bad idea, but chicken wire bends more.
You know, Fierro has been kind of on a tear since the gimmick change. They said they picked on him because he couldn't come up with anything original. Well, somebody else made it for him, and he looks good now. Unless you got something better.
I mean, I like it. Fits the gimmick.
Well, Fierro putting that mist to work on Bubba. Fierro ain't never dealt with Bullet Adams either, so these three have never really fought each other, except I think Phoenix and Bubba did one time. Bubba's showing his age into the business. Dude, major league swing by Bubba.
Bullet is outsized in this match, but you can't count him out.
You know, Bubba's dangerous without an electric chair.
You think 2K19 will have the War Games match?
That's what I'm hoping for, honestly. We need the War Games match.
I have one of Matt Dickey's wrestling games, Wrestling Revolution 3D on the laptop. That has War Games in it. Dawn's Whisper, a tribute to his girlfriend. Fierro is a rather large guy to be doing lucha moves like that.
He's one of the larger luchadors.
Well, if Scott Steiner can pull off a standing Hurricane Rana, I'm pretty sure anybody can. Outside of Japan, though, did Steiner ever use the Steiner screwdriver?
I don't think so. There's only one thing I don't like about the War Games match that they brought after they brought it back. They didn't put the roof on the cage.
I think they did that for a reason.
Yeah, but At least they
For, you know,
kept the
those
double
spots.
ring.
Yeah.
Is that
I
supposed to
think
be
they
a
only
double
did it
ring?
for those spots. Don't think the last one that was in WCW when Ultimate Warrior came had a roof on it. A top rope Frankensteiner at 55. He also has this disease. Well, I don't know if it's a disease or not, but a medical condition where his throughout the years of wrestling, his feet have gone flat. I forget what it's called. Where his arches had fell.
Steiner did not age well.
I mean, look at the size of his body. He's fucking huge to be that old. Yeah, I read something where he's got like flat feet now. I forget what the hell it's called.
Where's the car? Oh.
What did you just say?
Oh, the cat.
Oh. Palmas, Fallen Arches. It might be Fallen Arches. Is it arcs or arches? 'Cause
Arches.
I've always heard like both of.
Arches.
So I know there's an archway, and people sometimes say arc or arch. Like, it's the archway, and I don't know. It's the first way I've ever heard it said is the way I've always pronounced it. Like McDonald's has the golden arcs. My dad calls it the golden arches, but
Fiera's shooting missed again. This is actually turning out to be a really good match.
that it is. It's certainly living up to the Slaughterhouse name.
This should be a tradition every year. And by the way, this one's by pinfall. You don't have to escape the cage. I think escaping the cage is too pussy.
I actually feel otherwise. I think pinfall in a cage match is too pussy. I always have every cage match escape only. By the only way to win is to escape the cage. To me, it just makes sense, you know? And the whole reason a cage was invented was to keep outside interference from entering the ring. No, bullet stealing a missed.
Fiero hit the mist.
Yeah. If you put the momentum charge to slow, it usually takes a little bit longer.
Another 2 count. My God, what a match.
I'm glad I don't have work tomorrow. I might not have work Monday either. It's supposed to be bad weather all week. Hey Siri, what's the weather for tomorrow?
Looking at Leeward weather, it's not looking good tomorrow. Down to 69 degrees with thunderstorms.
80% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Good God Almighty. Do we have a hurricane?
Looking, sorry, Joshua. I don't have information about hurricanes, but I can search for it on the web.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, there's a huge storm system coming in. Everything seems dry over in Texas.
Oh God, too damn dry.
Yeah, I'm on my map now that has weather patterns. Kansas is getting a pretty decent storm. So what part of Texas are you in? I can probably find it.
West Texas, look for Big Spring.
West Texas, it's over here.
Damn, Piero got both of them.
2 for the price of 1. Found Amarillo, Wellington, Plain.
Go south.
Lubbock.
Around Midland and Odessa.
Sweetwater, Sanderson, Acuna,
West. You need to go west from
Pecos, Odessa.
Now go east of Odessa along Interstate 20, and you got it.
Abilene. We need to zoom in a little bit more.
Big Spring.
Brownville. Cross Plains, Dublin, Cisco, Eastland.
Oh, you're going too far now.
Sweetwater.
West of Sweetwater.
Roscoe Snyder Spring. It takes a while for it to load in Colorado City. Big Spring. Andrews Highway. Right on top of Big Spring, it's a high of 89, partly cloudy. It doesn't say anything about the heat index or anything. It's going to be cloudy Monday and Tuesday. There's an airport there.
Huh. I live right near it. Kid, you're looking right near my fucking house.
McMahon Wrinkle Airport. East Air Park Drive, Bell Drive, First Avenue.
Hell, this might be match of the night right here.
Rickabaugh. Parameter Road. Rickabaugh Drive. How far can I fucking zoom in on this map? Oh, that's as far as it goes. I mean, I zoomed in so far in this map that it's showing me back roads. Elm Drive, Madison Street, First Avenue, Bell Drive, Font Avenue, Bethel Drive, Mesquite Street, Utah. I like Mesquite Street. That's pretty funny. Avenue B, Avenue C, Avenue E. What did somebody give up naming the roads or something?
Oh!
Did Bullet pull it off?
No, it's still going.
Oh shit! Wait, Bubba landed. Oh god, up north is a really bad storm.
Oh my god, and I forgot this is under 2 out of 3 falls. This is it in North. And Fierro has 1. Fierro needs to score 1 more.
I think Fierro's got it, as I said before the match.
Fierro's just in there like a firestorm. Forgive the pun.
Wasn't that a Howie Long movie? Is that the? I think he called it the Phoenix Driver the first time around. What does he call it now?
I guess it's the Fierro Driver. Or the Devil Driver.
Well, Fierro Diablo has pulled off the victory and pinned the champion.
Bubba might be seriously hurt.
Yeah, falling on the back of your neck at such a height with all that weight, no disrespect intended, but that is a very precarious place to land. You could be right.
Look at Fierro's. Look at.
Where did that referee come from?
The Devil Driver. That was a hell of a match.
It was.
Now we got Piper Wheeler coming out.
What's the young Wheeler going to talk about? I might need to borrow Phil's talents again. We get in contact with him.
There comes PW.
What's that tattoo of that? What's the tramp stamp she has?
I can't make it out, but I liked it.
Isn't that one that I used for Haley?
Might be.
Ah. The tattoo I used for Haley coincidentally came from fucking, Miranda from Mass Effect.
You know, I have never played Mass Effect.
I've only played the first two. Seth Green actually has a part in it. I hear thunder. I hope it does rain all week. That tobacco was getting sad. Boss man done pumped his pond dry trying to keep it watered.
Really?
She called out Amber Cassidy? Sorry, that was a weird yawn. Glad I don't yawn like my dad does or my brother. That shit gets on my nerves. They sound like a cow giving birth.
This is a one-show deal.
The look of confusion on Amber Cassidy says it all.
You know, just think, she was tag team partners with Piper's sister for a long time.
Pop and Rock?
Yep.
And Amber went off and did her own thing and became very successful at it. You gotta wonder what Jim and I's thinking of Piper Wheeler taking on Amber Cassidy.
Not right now, I don't. I wish I had Borderlands. I'd be playing it right now.
Do they have that on PS4?
Yeah, they have a collector's edition of the second one and the third game, or the pre-sequel. Amber just decked Piper.
Amber with good mic skills to to prove against Piper.
Not right now, I don't. I wish I did.
Do you have it? I assume you do, since you're asking a question.
I wish I had it right now. Disc got lost. I couldn't find it. Bullet is the first one to ever actually spell Piper's name right.
I didn't notice that.
And we are now to the main event.
Your mustache farted. The match that Aldo won to get this opportunity was probably a once-in-a-lifetime match.
This is it. This is what people came to see. Can Aldo capitalize?
Well, he was the champion's hand-picked opponent, and he won that #1 contender match. Came so close on many occasions, Aldo has. But being the hand-picked opponent, what do you think that does for the morale and psyche of Aldo?
It does so much. The question is, can Aldo capitalize?
Well, there's no lack of preparation between the two, so it's anybody's guess.
Goku, I hope the hell you're watching.
As do I.
And here comes the challenger.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get over the match that Aldo won. The implications and how everything lined up was ridiculous.
Oh, God, it was insane.
And now that I look at it properly, he's given me a Batman Forever kind of vibe.
Batman Forever?
Batman Beyond, sorry. Right genre, wrong title. Yes, I'm aware it was the wrong title. But that there is the title. This is probably the most anticipated match
In a while in MPW history. Bobby's sizing up his opponent. And Bobby usually doesn't like to give shots to it, people, but he figured this is one person who probably deserved it.
Yeah. Usually the kind of guy to go head first without giving any prior knowledge to anything, nor to himself. This one's different. This is a methodical, both of these men are prepared for this. Each one knew who the opponent was going to be and when the match was going to happen, so they had ample opportunity to prepare.
And there it is, the MPW World Heavyweight Championship.
Being defended on the home state of Briscoe. Right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Mick Foley cheap pop.
Well, Toast Kim just introduced her new channel,
What's that?
Kimmy's Corner,
I like the name.
with the double K's. First
It's
game
like
she
a
played.
talk show segment.
No, she was actually playing her first game. Her first game was Tetris.
Yes. Interesting. Which Tetris? The original or the updated one that
Ultimate.
moves really, really fast? Ah.
But here we go.
Did you know that the Tetris song was actually a Russian folklore song?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, when I was a kid, I knew that. Right off the gate, Briscoe taking down Aldo. He's not giving any, what do you call it? He's not holding any punches against this opponent. If Aldo wants it, he has to earn it.
I know.
What's your analysis on this match?
Well, here's where I see it. Aldo has had quite a run here in MPW to get to this point. He's come so close to tickling the brass ring.
So you say the match favors the challenger?
It all depends, but Bobby Briscoe can prove he can hang in big match situations.
Couldn't say it better myself. It'd be nice to have words from Aldo on this, but he has remained silent. Perhaps zeroed in and focused on the task at hand. That discus clothesline spells the end is near. And there's the PTSD. If Aldo wins, wouldn't this make it his first ever title victory?
Yes, it would. He would also be the smallest champion.
Certainly an underdog in this match. Many times these came close before. Will tonight be any different? Will he finally be able to grasp it? If I were in that situation, my heart would be pounding.
Oh, yeah. And Aldo has come so far in this company.
Ronaldo seems to be showing that he can hang with the champion. They are tit for tat and maneuverability. Oh man, back suplex on the outside cannot feel good. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match, if I'm correct.
You are.
I will be right back. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, and please let me know what happens.
Briscoe got one. Well, I'm going to be jumping on Fallout after this. I am going to be building my final character for Fallout before 76. Bobby Briscoe is still the World Heavyweight Champion. Bobby Briscoe has proven to be a long-term champion.
I had to cut it short because it started to come a fucking flood and I've got my cigarette wet.
Well,
but I
good.
see that Aldo couldn't pull it off.
Bobby Briscoe is
sad.
still. Yeah, who will be next for Bobby? Let's make the number one contender this time a fan vote.
That's an interesting concept.
Party's up. Because I'm going to fall out here shortly. Well, let's look at the power boards this time. Oh!
Mother Russia, number one.
There might be your next number one contender.
Trick Daddy T. Ito Garoshi with a hell of a lead from 22 to 7.
Mm-hmm. Jamal's the United States champion, so he can't go for it. Thunderkiss has already had a Ooh. Look at 3 and 4.
And Ulysses.
All right, as the champion, Toast, who do you want?
Put them both in a number one contenders match. The best of 7 series to see who comes out on top.
And the winner goes against you.
Yes.
All right, Jamal. Really?
Ito Garoshi, number one contender for a U.S. title.
That was quick.
Underneath him is his countryman Sushi-san.
That's going to be an interesting one. YouTube champion. Sushi-san could go after the YouTube belt. Tag team belts, the BFF belts. The Hearts Rave is the number one contenders.
Nani?
Okay, Beverly's got Kimmy Electric. Well, she's already. It's going to be kind of hard to predict who's going to really be the true number one contender.
AFK, Sage Wheeler, Kid West.
Jamie Economac's still number one contender, so she could still use her rematch clause. Well, what's been up, Sparks?
Ow.
Well, I'm about to jump on Fallout here in a minute. Yeah, Hito Goroshi. I do like the best of 7 idea.
I don't know. I think I'd make a pretty decent booker if given the opportunity.
Boy, Ulysses took a hell of a drop. Suki's going to bring up the rear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get out of this. I'll bring up Fallout.